We've just started recording. So if you're watching this online, hi, lovely to have you here. We're just going to quickly go through the options and see what accessibility options are available for Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, which has just come out by level 5. So, starting off in the settings. I don't know if the music's going to keep cranking crazy during all of this. Maybe not. Okay. No, I spoke too soon. Okay. Okay, so in our first lot of settings, we have, if you can have rumble on or off. I usually just turn this off, but that's just a personal preference. Adventure information display. Show or hide adventure information, guide indicators, etc. Interesting that this is blanked out, and I wonder if that's what happens when you're doing like a first playthrough maybe, because it wants to make sure that you get all the information on how to play. Okay, we've got master volume, background music, which has an immediate impact, which is great. I'm gonna put the background music at a 4. I like me some sound effects. I don't believe that this game is fully voice acted, but voice volume has me excited. It could just be all those little affectations that, you know, when you swing a sword and you're like, yeah. Okay, for camera, we have camera center, set whether to lock the camera's position or enable auto centering. I'm going to put it on hang on, what is it, or fixed? Let's put it on auto centering and we'll see how we go as we play. You also have the option to invert the camera x-axis and y-axis. Camera speed, which adjusts the camera rotation. Mini-map rotation. I personally like to have this off, so it's almost sort of always centered to north, because then it centers me a lot better, but then, you know, the option is there for you to have it on or off. Party member effects in multiplayer. Enable, disable party member effects during multiplayer. I'm going to say on. If it's anything like the previous game, multiplayer doesn't really come into effect until endgame. Because in the previous game, you would have like a tower that you would essentially grind through to get super duper gear. But it was not story related. I'm unsure how that's going to work. Crossplay. So as I was saying at the beginning of the stream that I'm recording this is off of, this was the original game was on the 3DS and the 3DS alone. I like that it's now on a lot of platforms, so people have the opportunity to play it without needing to have like a Switch. But that's interesting. Play together. Oh, okay. You can do couch co-op with trip control. No doubt we'll find out about that later. I'll leave that on. I don't currently have anyone on the couch to play with. So we'll just leave it on. Okay, text languages. We have got... How many different languages do we have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 different languages available. We will go with English for ourselves. Voice language. Without knowing how to read that, I'm going to say Japanese and English. Text display speed. You have slow, normal, and fast. I'm just going to put it on normal. Text sound effect. I'll leave that on, but it looks like you can turn it on or off. And page skipping speed. Set how quickly pages are advanced during autoplay. I'm going to put this on slow because I do feel like every so often it's just a little too quick and you're like, oh, I missed something. But yeah, so I'm going to put that on slow. And display ID, which I think is probably for the online multiplayer later on in the game. Okay, so let's save those. And let's head into here. Okay, so you can adjust the brightness. I'm okay with the current brightness that I'm playing on, so I'm just going to leave it there. But you do have that option available to you. Controls. Now, I don't believe... Interesting.
Both is good.
Crafty. Thank you very much for the lurk. Enjoy. Okay, so by the looks of this, it's not necessarily that you're going to be able to remap the entire controller, but there's going to be certain buttons almost that you can invert, because up here, if you change this from A to B, the next one would be changed from B to A. So depending on how you play, like I know some people will be playing this handheld, some people will remove the Joy-Cons and play with them. I personally usually, unless I'm say like traveling on my way into work, is when I'll have the Switch out of the dock. I usually play with the Switch in the dock. Who's that Pokemon?
Who's that Pokemon?
There we go. I usually play using a controller, which is roughly sort of the layout of like a Nintendo GameCube, just because it works best with my hands. So it might be how you play as to which, if some of these you are going to have. Yeah, okay, so like select target is going to be a prime example for myself, because I think I want to have it on the right control stick, pushing it in, because to change it to like a trigger button, the left trigger button, that's going to fuddle around for me too much. So when it comes to the controls and modifying the layout, that is very much going to be what works for you. But that seems to be all the different options that are available in regards to this game. That said, it is very like cutesy. Like there is combat in this game, but I would say that it's relatively easy combat. Could get it does get more difficult because there's usually levels involved, but not difficult in the way of like you need to be able to do quick time events. It's not a quick time event type of game, but there is also a lot around crafting and collecting resources and stuff like that too, as different lives. So that is all the options that are available to you in Fantasy Life I, the girl who stirs time. Hope this is helpful. Let me know in the comment section. If you have any questions about it, I'm always happy to look and respond in the comments. So do let me know, and hopefully you pick up the game and are able to enjoy it. Thanks.